Hello, everyone. Happy Black Music Month and happy Pride Month. So, I'm now doing the second part to the Tyler the Creator discography review. If you have not watched the first one, please go watch it so you will know my thoughts on all of his albums. And obligatory self plug. Once again, link in my bio, link in my link tree, my poetry book, What If I Wrote the World, Poems by My Music. Please support your brother because I don't make no money from YouTube. So, at least not yet, which I would like to improve so that I can. So, let's get right into it. So, we're going to start off with Flower Boy because these are the last three albums from him. This was released July 21st, 2017. The genre is hip hop, jazz rap, and neo soul. You can stream it on YouTube Music, Apple Music, Pandora, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all the places basically. So they're all going to be the same. And the vibes I get are relaxing, success, change. I feel like I used relaxing twice to describe two of these albums. I need to switch up my adjectives, but that's the vibe I got. So I'm going to talk about my favorite songs, my least favorite songs, and my overall opinion. My favorite songs were the first one was Where the Flower Blooms, featuring Frank Ocean. I love when he says his success is to help Black kids see how far they could go. I really love that, supporting our own people. I also love all the flower imagery and metaphors. And Frank is always a great feature too. I love Frank Ocean. I do want to review his discography as well. I know he's a little flaky live, but you know, he just seems like the kind of person who just wants to make what he wants to make and then just go away. So that's not really conducive to a good performer, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. So the next song that I liked was I Ain't Got Time. Very confident and bragging about how well he's accomplished. I also like the beat of this song, and it complements his strong flow in the song. Also, this is the first time he mentions dating men in any of his songs. I think he has a line in the song where he says, "Oh, people aren't gonna like this," and it's like, hey, people are gonna do what they want to do, like what they want to like. Like I said in my short video, I was very surprised that people were upset that I said that he was an LGBTQ plus artist because he's been open about being bisexual. So I don't, or at least experimenting if he's not fully bisexual. Yeah, because he hasn't really come out and said it 100%, but in the music he states it several times. So the other favorite song I liked was 911 slash Mr. Lonely. Once again, Frank Ocean and Steve Lacy on this one. Another Frank Ocean feature. Of course, he was an Odd Future. So I like how introspective he is. He's being on this track. He says he has everything but love. He also asked to be called. Oh, and then of course, up for the 911, he's asking like, "Can you call me his lover or potential lover?" Like he wants their attention. And very relatable that you can seemingly have everything but still lack someone to connect to. And I like Steve Lacy's music. I feel like he's kind of like Frank Ocean, though. He's like, he just wants to make the music and don't be doing too much extra. Like, I mean, he does perform and stuff, but his last time he toured, people were being like extra because got a lot of TikTok people and some people don't know how to act. So, but I liked his feature on this, from what I can remember. That's one thing about Apple Music. When you look at the lyrics, they don't tell you who's who. Like they just switch sides. So like one person on the left side, one person on the right side. So it's kind of a guess. You just have to recognize like the different voices. And I feel like sometimes Tyler manipulates his voice to be higher, or like some kind of, I don't know. I don't think auto tune is the right thing, but I think he definitely does manipulate it to at least be higher, or sometimes even deeper. Um, but so from what I can differentiate, he sounded good to me. I like Steve Lacy's music. I haven't listened to like any of his albums, but of course when he's popping on TikTok, I did like the song. Um, I should explore him more, though, honestly. And he's also, I think he's gay. I don't know if he's bisexual, but I definitely know that he's at least gay. Like at least, yeah. I know that he's dated men. That's what I'm trying to say. That was really interesting to have, all those, you know, LGBTQ plus artists on one song. And the last song that was my favorite song was November. It's very nostalgic. Makes you think of like what was a time in your life where you have the best memories. And the ending of him calling to share his song with the person he likes remind me of like reading poems to my ex that I wrote about my ex to him. It's kind of I got really embarrassed remembering that. LOL. When you really like someone, you want to share like your art with them, especially if it's about them. And it's just, and I know like it's gonna happen again. I'm gonna write something about someone and share it, and then you might not work out, and I'll be like, ugh, I'm embarrassed by this poem. But it is what it is. It's kind of like the cycle of when you're creative, you're gonna write about your life. You know what I mean? And it may end up good, it may end up bad. So, and something else I was gonna say. Oh, when I was thinking about like, do I remember a time when I was really happy? And he had all these different people from Odd Future talking about, when they were really the best moments of their lives. And I feel like my best moment in my life was definitely before I was like 14, like in middle school. And I don't know, I just remember a lot of stuff like the smells. Like I still have perfume. I mean, I bought new ones. I don't have the ones still from when I was 14. That'd be crazy. But I still have certain perfumes that remind me of that time that I really love and stuff like that. Unfortunately, my reason for remembering that is because of trauma. So it's not really a good reason, I guess, uh, to remember that time before the trauma. But that's just kind of what happens in a lot of people's lives. Before the trauma, they think their life was really great, and then after, depending. So yeah, and I did not again have any least favorite songs. But here's my overall opinion. This album was very meh for me. It was kind of like in the middle. I didn't hate any songs. I did like I did like some songs, which I don't know why I say I did like some songs. Maybe I think there were some songs that were like kind of in the middle, like I didn't hate them because it didn't make sense. Because of course I mentioned all the songs I like. Sometimes my notes, I don't know what I'm talking about. So there we are. But it's not as much as I liked on the previous albums. Some had songs that were in between for me, not bad, not great. Oh, I think that's what I meant to say when I said I like some songs. Um, where he was rapping very well and more upbeat, I enjoyed more than the relaxing, big, very abstract songs. Some of the relaxing songs I liked, like "See You Again" featuring Callie Usis. Usis? Usis? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I know I said her name wrong. Callie Usis? We're gonna go with that. But it was almost too relaxing to the point of drifting off to sleep almost. LOL. I do like the more personal, introspective direction this album went, though. I'll give this album a 6 out of 10 just because it's getting more personal and like less shock value. That's what I felt about that. I thought I was gonna like that one more than I did. I was like, I'm a little disappointed that I didn't like that one as much. But let's move on. So Igor was released. That's the next album. Was released May 17th, 2019. The genre was hip hop, funk, R&B, and neo soul. Streaming on all the same stuff. The vibes I got are heartbreak, um, classic R&B, openness. And here are my favorite songs. I think it has a very R&B, 90s R&B beat that I love that. Songs very relatable about falling in love and how to tell that person. So basically, like, I think I'm falling in love. It's very relatable. I think this one was a single. New Magic Wand is the next one. I love the love triangle story starting here, and he has a little bit of his old rapping, kind of wanting to kill or make the woman disappear if he had a magic wand. So it's a little homicidal again. So if you missed that, it is a little bit in there. He wants the person he wants, or no one else can have them. I also love the beat, and it makes the intensity of wanting someone you might not be able to get, who you might not be able to have. It matches. Oh, I meant to say it matches the intensity of like wanting someone that you can't have. So it's like really intense beat, and it matches like him having a magic wand and wishing that the other person love triangle was gone because he wants to be with that person. I really like that. And then Puppet, I love the song besides Kanye West because what the fuck was he talking about? LOL. I hate that one. It might have been related, and I just don't like Kanye West. I might be biased in that because I don't like Kanye West. So I might not have really like paid that much great attention to him because I was like, ugh, Kanye West. But yeah, I hate it when features come on and they be talking about something completely different. Like you talking about your rules or works or something crazy, and the man talk about being in love. You know what I mean? I hate that. But other than that, is once again relatable. We've all been in a relationship where we're doing too much for the other person, and they're using us like a puppet. That's like the metaphor of the song. I love the beat once again, and I love these R&B beats on this album. Rare R&B heavy. And then another song that I liked was Gone, Gone slash Thank You. So it's two track tens back to back that I liked. Because every track 10, he has two songs in one on all of his albums and his mixtape. Dealing with losing someone you really wanted and having to accept your disappointment and move on. It's really interesting. Tyler's love interest opened up to him, but not to the world. So, love triangle between Tyler and a man, and the man is trying to choose between Tyler and his ex girlfriend. And so it's interesting that the man is able to be like, yeah, I have feelings for men, but I'm not going to open up to the world, which does make sense because there's a lot of homophobia. So, unfortunately, there are a lot of men who are on the down low. Okay, so I've already said this. But I'm going to read whatever. With the way gayness and bisexuality is treated when it's a man is understandable. But this is sad his lover couldn't live his truth. And of course, after a major breakup, heartbreak, you don't ever want to fall in love again. So yeah, it's like he doesn't want to ever fall in love again. I didn't have any least favorite songs once again. Um, Overall opinion, love the theme of the love triangle. Definitely seems like Tyler as Igor is sharing his raw emotions about it. The description on the album music says this album was heavily inspired by NERD, but I feel like a few songs had that sound. Like Igor's theme, which was the opening song, had that mostly. But I felt like the beats were more R&B influenced to me, and I feel like because I feel like NRD's was kind of more rock influenced, but I didn't get that. I love that this. I love that. Oh, I love that about the album, the R&B influence. It worked well for the theme of the album. I would the last song made me sad because the song is "Are We Still Friends?" And unfortunately, when you cross that romantic line, it can never really be friendly with that person again. At least in my case, I don't know if people who have like some people we have romantic stuff and we're friends, but we're not like close like we used to be basically when it was like romantic, yeah. Um, Especially after they break your heart, so that's another thing. Now this album a 9 out of 10. I really love the R&B influences and the theme. So yeah, I really love that. Call Me If You Get Lost. I listen to the estate sale because it's kind of weird. Apple Music, that's where I listen to these albums. Um, has the regular version, but it's not like in the albums category. So if you go to as album category, the estate sale is the one that they want you to listen, that the one that's in the albums. But if you go under the estate sale, they have the one without the extra songs, but not in the album lineup. So it's weird. So I did listen to the one that's like 22 songs, which it was fun. I liked it. Uh, I definitely recommend listening to the one with the extra songs because the extra songs were really good. So it was released June 25th, 2021. It's a hip hop. Oh, I think I meant to put a comma. Pop, jazz, soul, and reggae. Strumming on all the same things. Um, it was the vibes I got were well traveled, braggadocious, and vulnerability. And I put vulnerable, but yeah, vulnerability. And my favorite songs were Corso. I think that was the first song. Starting off strong, bragging, and expressing his feelings. I love the boldness and openness of the song. The beat also reminds me of music and shows like Lives of the Rich and Famous. It's kind of like, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like when you're look at this yacht on the boat. And it's like, doo doo doo, doo doo doo. Kind of like that. Like, you would have to listen to the song for you to understand what I'm talking about. But like, the beat is kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like giving those vibes. Like, look at these richer people, like the 80s when they would show famous lives of the rich and famous. That's what it reminded me of. It's really cool. The next song, I think, was a single as well. What's Your Name, featuring Young Boy Never Broke Again, which I never hear anybody call me. I just hear people call him NBA Young Boy. So I don't know which way it's supposed to be. And then Ty Dolla Sign. Classic R&B beat, very smooth pickup line type song. The feature's really good. Usually I'm not an NBA Youngboy fan, but he was fine on the song. He was kind of yelling a little bit, but he was okay. Ty Dolla Sign is always good on the hooks. He's a good singer. Um, yeah, so that was good. Hot Wind Blows featuring Lil Wayne. I love the beach touch island vibes of the beat and the sample in the background. I'm not gonna figure out what the sample was. Um, I think it was like a maybe an 80, maybe 50, 60 sample in the background that really like I think it was saying Hot Wind Blows and it was like one of those old songs. Once again, very braggy, and Lil Wayne had a really great verse. Sometimes lately he's been hit or miss for me on his verses. This was a hit. That's good. Um, I do like Lil Wayne. I feel like um, there's some things that he said personally that I don't like, but the music wise, I'm a fan. I haven't listened to everything, and I don't think I've listened to an entire album by him. I don't think so, but he has good moments. I felt like he was better before. Um, I don't know what it's before, but like recently, it's kind of a hit or miss for me. Like I said, and then my last one. So these three are from the main album, and then the extra ones for the estate sale. I was gonna put only the ones on the main album, but I was like, let me save one for the estate sale, like the extra. I think it's like 6 songs or 7. Because I think it stops at 17 and it goes 22. So it's like 5 songs. No, I think it stops at 16 and then it has 22 songs. So that's 6. Yeah, my math is right. So this is one of the extra ones, which like I said, I recommend. I like the extra ones too. There's some really good songs. Okay, Wharf Talk featuring ASAP Rocky. Very cool boat vibes. Very luxurious and relaxing vibes, like a cool but fancy date. You're on the water on the boat, you're getting your caviar, lobster, that kind of thing. I love it. Tyler's singing is especially too good to me, but I loved it, so I won't be a hater. LOL. He could be a great singer. I never seen him live, so I don't know if the notes be holding up. But on the album, yeah, he sounded really good. My overall opinion, I really love this album. When I first listened to this album, when it first came out, I felt like I was more annoyed by DJ Drama. But listening again, he doesn't seem as annoying as I thought. LOL. I feel like he comes in at appropriate times that like helps hype up the song. He's not just screaming all over the song. Because when I first listened to it, I thought that's what it kind of felt like to me. But he actually came in at like appropriate times, so that was good. I love that a lot of these songs he really puts personal experiences in them, like Wilshire. I hope I said that right. It was a great, relatable song about love at the wrong time and the heartbreak of it. I love his bragging the entire album. He also talked about his political activism and his past. This is my favorite album by him, and I think it's his best work. To me, it's his best. So I'm gonna give this album a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Listen to the estate sale version. There's like a demo in there with him and YG. I really liked it. So I liked all the extra songs. So I think it was cool. And I think he had in the extras like a interlude with his mom, talking about how she used to beat up people for him and stuff. And it was really funny. Definitely recommend that one. So I'm gonna give my ranking of all the albums. So number 1 is Call Me If You Get Lost, estate sale version. But if you don't want to listen to extra 6 songs, it's also good without them. Igor, Cherry Bomb, Wolf, Goblin. Wolf and Goblin have the same rating, so I just put whatever one I thought of first. And then Flower Boy at the end. I did not think Flower Boy would be at the end. I thought the top 3 would have Flower Boy in it. But I was also surprised that I actually enjoyed, besides the subject matters, of course, enjoyed his first the 3 albums. So there's that. All right, so I wrote another poem. It's called a Musette. Once again, I'm going to put it in the description box. So it is a poem that consists of 3 verses with 3 lines each. The first line has 2 syllables. The second line has 4 syllables, and then 2 syllables at the end. And it has a rhyme scheme, which is like A, B, A, C, D, C, E, F, E. I'm going to put this in the description so you know. But it's inspired by Wilshire, and it's called Heartbreak Hotel. Because sometimes I like to, mix song references. That's a Whitney Houston, uh, Kelly Price, and Faith Evans song. So, yeah, sometimes I like to mix them together. So here's the poem. Harmless, just for fun, we're fearless. Feelings soon emerge, then reeling. Heartbreak, tears come, then the headache. I don't think this is my best first attempt um at this form. That's one thing that's hard is like syllables and rhyming for me because it's like I want to convey a certain message, but I hope I conveyed it well enough and that you like the poem. Uh, yeah, so this is my first time ever trying it. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. Have you ever tried this poetry form? Do you like Tyler the Creator? Do you hate him? Do you want to spit on his grave? Let me know in the comments. I would like to know your opinions. What do you think of my ranking? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you disagree? Let me know. And I will see you all next week.